issues today. When that happens, the phone lines tend to cut in and out. So, Linda, if there comes a time where you think that I should be talking and you can't hear me, then that's probably because the internet has gone out. But we can hear you just fine right now, so we'll get the County Agent's Corner on here. It's brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market.
Get the top price for your livestock. Take them to the Bluegrass South Livestock Market, where they have drop-off hours to fit the busy farmer's needs, selling your livestock a profitable and a pleasant experience. Save the hassle of a long haul. Sell your livestock at the Bluegrass South Livestock Market, 277 Courtier Road in Stanford. Call Bluegrass South Livestock Market at 606-365-0665. Bluegrass South Livestock Market in Stanford.
Here's Linda McClanahan.
There have been reports of increased clover-root curculio infecting alfalfa in central Kentucky counties. Clover-root curculio is an overlooked invasive pest from Europe that has been in the United States since the 1800s. This pest is often overlooked because the damage caused by the larvae occurs below ground and goes unnoticed until the damage becomes evident during droughty periods. The injury caused by the larvae can result in substantial stand reduction. Fortunately, in the past, problems have been localized and usually not at economic levels. Clover-root curculio emerges in early summer to feed on foliage for a few weeks before becoming inactive until fall. During warm periods in fall through spring, root curculio lays eggs around the crown of its host plants. These eggs begin to hatch in April, and the larvae feed initially on nodules. As larvae get larger, they feed on fibrous roots, then taproots. Clover-root curculio will feed on a wide range of legume species. Unfortunately, there are no effective insecticides that can be used to control the larvae, either as a preventative measure or as a rescue treatment. While there are insecticide options for managing the adults, this stage does not cause economic damage, and controlling adults has not been shown to reduce subsequent larval infestation. Where insecticides have been used to control the adults, these pesticides have not shown to provide economic returns as the adults emerge over an extended period during the summer. Management of clover-root curculio relies on practices to reduce infestation and susceptibility of new plantings. It is important to use a non-legume rotational crop following alfalfa, such as corn or grasses. Avoid new seedings immediately adjacent to older stands, since adults can readily move to the new seeding. Particularly avoid seeding fields near fields that are known to be infested. If practical, eliminate clovers and other legumes around field margins. Use spring seeding for new fields, as these early plantings will be older and more tolerant of damage the following spring. Fall seedings will be less mature the following spring when larval feeding would begin and may suffer more damage. If you suspect damage from the clover-root curculio in new or existing alfalfa stands, you can contact your county agent, and they can advise you on taking root samples and submitting them to the UK Diagnostic Lab. That's today's farm news. Join us each weekday at this time for the County Agent's Corner, a service of the Boyle, Garrett, Lincoln, and Mercer County UK Extension offices.
There you go, Linda McClanahan with this morning's County Agent's Corner, brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market. Linda already read the random facts earlier, so we've got no more random facts to read. So we'll talk to you again on Friday, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, Linda. Bye. Linda McClanahan with the County Agent's Corner. Hey, let's go to Hollywood, where things are getting nasty in this writer strike, an actor strike that's going on. Talk about that coming up in the world of weird. Here it is. All right, so Hollywood writers and Hollywood actors have been accusing the studios of doing some underhanded things, but this would be seriously low if they're responsible. Universal Pictures supposedly had the trees pruned on the sidewalks outside of studios in Los Angeles, which deprives people on the picket lines of much-needed shade, with temperatures topping 90 degrees. What's really dastardly about this is that they may have destroyed the trees out of spite. Apparently, these types of trees are not supposed to be pruned in mid to late summer because they can, quote, induce an off-season growth spurt, leaving them vulnerable to freeze damage. Also, the trees were planted by the city, so Universal may not have had the rights to mess with these trees. See how that one turns out. Hey, lately it seems like these breakup rumors have been coming true more often than not, so maybe it's best we don't ignore this one. The not always reliable Radar Online says that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are having issues, and they're taking some time apart to figure things out. A source says, quote, they're trying to figure out what hit them. Harry doesn't fit in Meghan's tacky Tinseltown world. He needs to, quote, find himself. They're also under tremendous financial pressure to fund their California lifestyle. Quote, that stress, coupled with their emotional issues, has likely made their life a living heck, according to this source. And Jerry O'Connell acted swiftly when he saw sheriff's deputies assisting with a food truck that caught fire and spread to a nearby field in Malibu. A source says Jerry got out of his car to move a gas can that was near the truck. He also climbed a fence to get a fire extinguisher to help contain the flames until the fire. Meghan Markle and Harry, Prince Harry, are they taking a break, splitting up? We'll see. And did Universal Pictures prune some trees to deprive strikers of shade? Certainly appears that way. That's what's going on in this morning's World of Weird. The Showbiz segment, Celebrity News, the Weirdos Out West. When you're a celebrity, you live in Hollywood. When you're just a normal Boyle County and you eat at Melton's Deli in Danville, and that's where we're going for lunch later on this afternoon. We're going to have ourselves the Hot Mammy for lunch. It's number 3 on the Melton's Deli menu. Got to have it for lunch today. Lean roast beef, melted cheddar cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, red onions, spicy mustard, and their famous Dijon horseradish sauce served on your choice of bread, but they recommend the toasted onion bun. It's the Hot Mammy. It's number 3 on the Melton's Deli menu, 247 East Main and 995 Ben Ally Drive in Danville. It's the Hot Mammy at Melton's Deli in Danville. Melton's number 1 and number 2. Tell them you heard it this morning right here on your Talk of the Town, WHIR and The Joe Show.
Hello, Central Kentucky. My name is Alan Martin, loan officer at Whitaker Bank. As a lifelong Danville native, I'm excited to be able to help neighbors like yourself find financial options to fit your family. If you'd like to see what we can do for you, give me a call today at 859-236-9822. That's 859-236-9822. Or even better, stop in and see me at 218 West Main here in downtown Danville. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is the Talk of the Town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 8 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. Unusual weather is being reported all over the country, from New Hampshire to Hawaii. In the north, Canadian wildfire smoke is causing hazy conditions from New Hampshire to Wyoming. The southern U.S., meanwhile, is roasting in extreme heat from California to Texas. NBC meteorologist Michelle Grossman.
Dangerous heat continuing, it's unrelenting, and really no relief in sight. We're looking at 75 million people impacted by whether it's a heat advisory, a heat watch, or a heat warning. And we have a lot of excessive heat warnings. The southwest into the south central states, noticing creeping a little bit further north as well compared to the past few days.
In Hawaii, Tropical Storm Calvin is bringing heavy rain and flash flooding to the Big Island. A U.S. soldier is under detention in North Korea after allegedly willfully crossing the border from South Korea. Victor Cha served on the National Security Council under the George W. Bush administration and says there is no telling how this will work out.
This individual clearly had a plan to run across the line, broke away from the group, ran across the line. And once they do that, there's no one on the U.S. side that is authorized to cross that line to retrieve him.
Since word of Travis King's crossing came to light on Tuesday, it was revealed that he was released from a South Korean jail last week after